Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So we got a bunch of Thor Ragnarok stuff that was confirmed, and Marvel just announced their Comic-Con plans, and it is nuts. So I'll talk about the Thor stuff first, then I'll talk about Marvel Comic-Con. The Spider-Man giveaway is still going on. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video. Kevin Feige actually has this cool quote about Ragnarok where he says, "I think that we are finding ourselves as we complete Phase 3 and finish this 22 movie narrative," talking about all the Marvel movies up to now, that it's working out that way. We did 3 Iron Man films, 3 Captain America films, 3 Thor films. Things change drastically in Ragnarok and then build directly into Infinity War. So that implies a lot of Thanos stuff, which I'll talk about later, because in the grand tradition of things, they're mixing and matching a lot of elements from the classic comics. So the big thing is that they finally confirm that Surtur is going to be in Ragnarok. Now, thank God for toys. Last year at Comic-Con, they showed off some concept footage. It seemed like he appeared, Hulk was punching him. So Hulk versus Firelord Surtur, but it was sort of concept footage, so it didn't look like the last Thor trailer that we got a little while ago. So I'm expecting when we see him again, it'll be full CG and he'll actually look really badass. But no idea if they're going to put him in any of the trailers because he's a pretty big deal. There are a lot of things in that Comic-Con concept footage that we haven't seen yet. Like Fenris Wolf, we still haven't seen him in one of the trailers. But there have been a lot of different ways that he's been used in the comics, and the Ragnarok of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is a little bit different from Jack Kirby's Ragnarok, during which Loki was a much bigger part of bringing that about. We've already talked about how there's a lot of Jack Kirby all over Ragnarok, mostly visual influences, because it looks like the Eternals and the Celestials are sitting in the background of this shot with the Grand Master as he's watching Thor fight in the arena with the Hulk. But rewatching the trailer knowing that Surtur's in the movie, you now wonder if he's responsible for some of the destruction that you see. His origin and how he came to be trapped in his realm, Muspelheim, is actually the origin of the Odin Force. It's just a really cool story. He exists on the lowest level of the world tree, right here adjacent to Niflheim, which is where Hel is, where Hela has been trapped. Now, the Marvel Cinematic Universe might change this a little bit, but there's a lot of parallels for Christian mythology where Lucifer revolts against heaven, God banishes him to hell to be the devil and reign over that realm and watch over those souls for all eternity. Muspelheim and the fire demons are even worse. They're destruction incarnate. So it sounds like Hel is responsible for breaking the enchantment that traps them there, and Surtur is the one that lays waste to Asgard here, bringing about the beginning of Ragnarok. Now, Ragnarok is a much bigger cosmic concept, but you saw during Thor the Dark World, when they were trying to align the 9 realms, you saw a brief look at Muspelheim here. The really cool thing about Surtur is that he also leads to the origin of the Odin Force. So Odin is flashing back to the adventure where he trapped Surtur in Muspelheim, where his brothers Vili and Ve were still alive. They go there searching to explore the 9 realms and learn all that is, so they talk to Surtur and ask him if the prophecy is true. Will you eventually destroy Asgard? And Surtur explains to them that he will destroy Asgard using Twilight, the Sword of Doom, and the Eternal Flame. So Odin says to him, "Hard pass, wouldn't it be better if we broke your sword and took the flame back?" In so many words, in the grand Shakespeare way that they speak in the Thor movies, he says, "Bitch better try." So Odin and his brothers try to take him down. His brothers end up dying, but he takes their life force and absorbs it. That becomes the Odin Force. So as I'm posting this video right now, in 1 week we're going to have D23, the week after that is Comic-Con. So in addition to Thor Ragnarok being their next big movie that they'll be promoting at Comic-Con, there's just a bunch of stuff that's going to be happening around that movie and Infinity War in the next couple of weeks. So what's probably going to happen is they will screen brand new footage from Infinity War as well as Ragnarok at the D23 presentation. But almost every year that they do D23, they do not release any of that footage. So that includes Star Wars stuff too. They'll be showing off Episode 8 footage there, and they're not coming to Comic-Con. So that's separate Star Wars stuff I'll talk about in a different video, depending on what it is that they show off. So whatever ends up happening next weekend, I will totally do a video for new footage, but just be prepared for them to not drop that online. On to the big show though. I know the thing you guys really want to know about is what's happening at Comic-Con. Marvel just dropped a bomb. They are going to close out Comic-Con with a 2-hour panel. Now, they say it's 90 minutes, so there's probably just going to be breaks in between big presentations. It's like 2 hours of time, but really it's 90 minutes of actual presentation. So that means they're showing off loads of footage from a bunch of different Phase 3 movies, including Infinity War, which I'll talk about in a second. But also in addition to that, they're probably filling some of that time with a live show like they did with Loki. So some special real-life presentation in addition to all the footage they're showing off. They've already confirmed there's going to be Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, Infinity War, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp. But obviously they haven't started shooting Ant-Man and the Wasp, so that'll only be concept footage. I don't think any of that's going to make it online. The first genuine Infinity War trailer isn't supposed to drop till this fall when Thor Ragnarok hits theaters, so they might not release the Infinity War Comic-Con footage online. I'll still do a video breakdown of it, even if they don't post it online, so don't worry about that. But I do think there's a really good chance that the new Thor Ragnarok and Black Panther trailers will drop online, just because we're due for some new footage, and that's coming up so soon. That means that we have Flash, we have Infinity War, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther. There's so many things that are happening on Saturday, so I'll do another Comic-Con schedule video where I explain all the videos that I'm going to do. I have a pretty good idea of what's going to be happening each day. There's way too many things for me to get everything, so I'll probably just be prioritizing videos based on footage that drops. Like Justice League is dropping their next trailer Saturday morning. So what'll happen is the week before Comic-Con, I'll just remind everybody to click the bell, turn alerts on for videos that I post so you don't miss anything, because there'll be like 10 to 12 videos throughout Comic-Con between Wednesday. I'll make a special video playlist that I'll pin at the top of my channel, so if you just come to YouTube/EmergencyAwesome, you'll see the playlist. So don't worry, it's going to be freaking crazy. I'll remind everybody the week before everything happens, what's happening, when it's going to drop. It'll be great. So because there's so many big things that they haven't revealed about Thor Ragnarok, especially with Thanos, the Infinity Gems, I think we'll see a little more in the next trailer, but I don't expect them to outright reveal Thanos or Infinity Gems in any of that footage. They always show up a little bit more in Hall H than they reveal publicly, so I wouldn't be surprised if they show off Thanos in that Hall H footage, but you have all the Infinity War stuff happening. They'll at least show off a concept teaser, so there'll probably be a little bit of footage to bridge the gap between Ragnarok and what's happening during Infinity War. Because even though Black Panther is the last movie before Infinity War, Thor is the last big cosmic place that we're going to see that, and the last place that we'll see the final Infinity Gems. There's been all kinds of speculation about how Hela is going to show up during Infinity War and sort of be the stand-in for the cosmic entity Death during the original Infinity Gauntlet storyline. We can speculate on that, but Cate Blanchett is such a fantastic actor that they're probably going to do everything they can to keep her active in the Marvel Universe, even if they don't do more Thor movies after Ragnarok. But there'll be a bunch more Comic-Con videos over the next week. Just leave all your requests in the comments below. There's going to be some new Flash DC TV later tonight. They just confirmed a big Smallville character is coming into the DC TV universe again. Congratulations to the latest giveaway winner, Elaine Chung. Please private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact details. While you wait for everything, click here for Spider-Man Homecoming post-credits, and click here to learn about the Game of Thrones episodes that are dropping next week. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.